Welcome to She Trusts Herself, the podcast for women who are learning to trust themselves, honour their inner voice, and choose themselves without guilt. I'm your host, Tashleem, author, guest speaker, and certified human design reader. Together, we'll explore overcoming self-doubt, building deep self-trust, personal growth, and stepping into the next version of yourself with confidence. Today, I want to talk about becoming your own best friend and self-care that goes beyond the generic things that we're told in terms of having a massage, getting a facial, having an ice bath or a sauna or something like that. Self-care is definitely an essential part of all of our lives, even more so when we have very packed schedules. We need to make time for ourselves. Otherwise, our energy is going to deplete faster than you would like it to, and we just can't operate at the capacity and speed with which we want to either. And we start showing up in a way that may not be congruent with our values or how we want to be showing up for ourselves and others as well. When I first started out on my personal development journey, I really lent into the idea of self-care being physical only in terms of getting massages. I would go and get facials every now and again. And while it felt really nice and soothing and zen, that feeling was quite fleeting and it felt like it didn't last as long as I wanted it to. So what I started to experiment with and explore was other types of self-care. And that would be something that was to do with my emotional, spiritual, or mental well-being. And that would look like things such as honoring when I needed to rest, especially if I was sick. Although full disclosure, it's something that I still very much struggle with. I struggle to sit down and be still. Another thing that I would do is go for nature walks and just not be consuming anything in terms of leaving my phone at home. So I wasn't scrolling on social media while I was walking or even listening to music or a podcast. There would be times where I just need time to be by myself and to listen to the sounds of nature, to breathe in some fresh air, be outside, and also just to enjoy being present without being distracted by outside stimulus. It felt really nice when I was able to just sit in that and just be present and pay attention to what was going on around me without feeling distracted or rushed or not fully there. What I found as well when I gave myself those moments of solitude is it allowed my body a chance to kind of exhale, so to speak, because it just went, okay, you can just be here. You don't need to be stressing about other things. You can just be in this moment exactly how you are. It also gave my brain a chance to kind of close down some of those mental brain tabs because it was able to finally start processing information without being flooded with other content coming in as well. What I found was my mind felt a lot calmer and less frazzled because I was closing those mental tabs. And I also was able to start getting some more ideas coming in as well because my brain was able to process things and connect dots and notice patterns and come up with suggestions for things and solutions because I was giving it that space to do that, to do what a mind does, to be like a central processing unit and pull all of the data that it had been receiving and file it away, discard it, or combine it. So I was getting new ideas in and getting that clarity and just feeling a lot calmer. In the context of meditation as well, people talk about calming your monkey mind. And for me, going for a walk without any technology or interference allowed me to do that. And for some people, it may look like sitting still in silence. And that's your way of processing information and quieting that monkey mind as well. So it's just finding out what works for you. There'll be other times where I find moving my body is also a form of self-care as well, in terms of doing a workout or using my walking pad, going for a walk with our dogs, whatever it may be. It just allows me to get my body moving, feel nice and healthy, and feel like I've done something for myself. And again, I find that feeling of satisfaction and honoring my own needs last a lot longer than some other forms of self-care. While they are nice to do and nice to have, there are some that give a longer lasting feeling. And you may find that as well. Something else that I have done as well in terms of self-care is allowing myself to build up self-trust. And that may seem like an odd one in terms of combining that with self-care. But when it comes to self-trust, it's just giving yourself space to honor your own voice, thoughts, feelings, emotions, and letting yourself just be, and knowing that you have the answers within you and you don't always necessarily need to be looking elsewhere for those. If you just give yourself the space to reflect and pause and just see what you're thinking about something, kind of turning down the noise of the opinions and thoughts of those around you can definitely help as well. Being your best friend too, I think, is also honoring your need for self-care through self-development and self-discovery. Another form of self-care, in my opinion, is honoring the goals that you have for yourself. Self-care can also be taking action on the things that you want to and creating boundaries that allow you to protect your time, energy, and financial investments into things that you actually want to invest it in, rather than just doing things out of obligation or from a place of people pleasing. Self-care is honoring your need to do the things that you want to do, whether it's a hobby, working on a goal, or just scheduling time out in your day for you, just to do something that will recharge your battery, so to speak. The more that you are able to do that, the better off that you will feel, because a lot of the time we give so much to other people and people will keep taking and taking as long as you keep giving and giving. So it's up to you to determine what your level of giving is and when you've reached capacity. If you can create a boundary around that and just say, this is how much I'm willing to give, and now I need to pour back into myself, people can learn to honor that. You deserve to spend your time as much as you can doing what you enjoy. And I think as adults, sometimes we feel that we can't do that. And it's such a shame. And I know that I have definitely felt that as well. Like, I should be doing all of these things for other people, and doing things for myself somehow seems selfish. But if we don't honor the goals that we have or on our own needs, then how on earth are we going to be able to show up and be there for other people? We can probably do that short term, but in terms of the longevity and sustainability of that, it isn't sustainable, because you're just going to end up burning yourself out, because you need to have those breaks and you need to have time to do the things that feel good for you and to honor your own needs. And if you're constantly honoring the needs of other people, then it's not fair to you, because you deserve to spend your time how you want to as well. And that's a wrap on another episode. If this one resonated with you, I'd love for you to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any future conversations, and share it with someone else who's learning to trust herself again. You can connect with me on Instagram, Tash, where I share more about self-trust, personal growth, and human design. If you'd like to go deeper, you can explore my books and offerings, all designed to support you as you build self-trust and step into the next version of yourself with confidence. Until next time, please remember that you are not too much or too little. You're just you. Keep choosing yourself.